Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to today's training where I am going to teach you an amazing flow that's really focused on the lower body, but we will inject an amazing movement for the upper body and core as well, which means that this will become a perfect workout in itself and on its own. So, we are going to master 3 movements. And if you've been following me for a little while, you will probably know them. That's going to be the squat, the lateral lunge, and then the rotational lunge. That's probably the only one that I'm going to really focus on today and coach. The 360, which is like the Mace signature movement, is going to be in this flow as well. I am not going to teach this movement in depth. There is a tutorial on my YouTube channel that will break down the 360 perfectly just on its own, okay? So if you have not mastered the 360 movement, please go to my YouTube channel video and watch it and very carefully master it. It's quite a nerving movement because you're going to be swinging the mace behind your head, behind your back, okay? So I am not going to coach this, but there is a perfect tutorial for you free on YouTube, okay? So what I'm going to do first, we're going to run through the movements individually, and then we're going to combine them into the flow, okay? So we're going to start with squat. And again, there is a lot of single squat tutorials on my YouTube channel. I am not going to go into too much detail, okay? So on a squat, feet are quite wide apart and your toes are out, okay? And the Mace squat, it's here. You just do a few repetitions, just practice. This is a switch squat, yeah? Make sure that you are sinking back on the squat and that you're not going over the knees, okay? So just have a go. Do a few repetitions of the switch squat just to remind yourself of the technique, because this is going to be in the flow, okay? Now, lateral lunges. Again, I've coached lateral lunges so many times. There are so many tutorials on my YouTube channel where I really break it down, okay? So the lateral lunge is this movement, okay? It's a deadlift movement, so you need to make sure that you are sinking the hips back, and again, that you're not going over the toes, okay? So it's here. If I show you the front view, then the mace will fall between the feet underneath your shoulder. Yeah. So just practice a few repetitions. You can go from side to side with a switch. If you are unfamiliar with the prayer pose switch, again, there is a tutorial on grips and switches, okay, where you can learn it in more detail. This is not a beginner flow exactly, okay? This flow, this tutorial today, is for people who have already at least mastered some lower body movements and definitely the 360, okay? Now, the third movement, which I have not coached yet, is the rotational lunge, okay? Now, grip on this is over, okay? So you go over on the end and over by the mace ball. From here, I want you to start moving the mace in front of your body, and as it moves, move your feet with it till you arrive on the other side, okay? Now, if you go the other way, it's not going to work. There's really only one way you need to go on. So it's kind of in the direction of your fingers that are on the mace, okay? Go very slowly at the beginning. It doesn't have to be a big lunge. It's a quite compact lunge, okay? And make sure that your core is nicely locked to support the rotation. The mace, as you can see, is half point of the mace is on top of my shoulder. My arms are at right angles and driving the elbows underneath the mace, yeah? So essentially in this position, okay? If you've been doing my tutorials for a while, you will be familiar with this position, okay? So let's go again, same way, okay? So circling the mace in front of your body, moving your feet in the same direction as the mace. Okay, just do a few repetitions. So really kind of get your head around the movement. It's obviously rotational. We're changing direction, moving our feet 90 degrees. Okay, switch. Again, switches, it's in a different tutorial, and then go the other way. It's only one way to go. Okay, you literally cannot go the other way. You will just go nowhere. Yeah, in the direction of the fingers. Sorry. Here we go. Okay. Just do a few repetitions on each side. See how this feels. This is the challenging movement. If you've been weightlifting or doing any other forms of training, then this will be quite unfamiliar, because in weightlifting, you can't really achieve this change of direction with rotation. Okay. Let's just do a few, just practice. You can pause the tutorial and just practice it a little bit more. It's challenging. Okay. And then the last movement, which we are going to sandwich in between all of these lower body movements, is the 360. Yeah. As I said, there is a detailed tutorial, so I'm not going to go into it too much. If you are still in the choking stage, then obviously choke your mace. Yeah. Sorry, it's catching on my my clothes is catching on the microphone. I hope it's not making too much noise. Okay. Or you go the other way. I think it's going to be a little bit better for my microphone. Yeah. So just do a few 360s each way, just to warm up the movement a little bit. And then we will put the flow together. Okay. So we are going to start with the 360. I'm going to try to go as slow as I possibly can, so then you can wrap your head around it. There's going to be a lot of switching, grip switching, hand position switching. So I'm going to go super slow. Obviously, I can't slow down the 360. That is a movement that just needs to flow, but I'm just going to run you through it, and we'll go through it together a few times. Okay. So we are going to start with the 360. Here, the bottom hand comes up, slides, place the mace in this position above your sternum, squat. Get ready for another 360. Now you should be going 360 the other way, because remember, we switched the grip. Okay, so now 360 the other way. Again, bottom hand slides up, another squat. Now we back on the 360 where we started. Yeah, on the side where we started. 360. Again, bottom hand switches up. Now we're going to go into lateral lunge. We are moving away from the mace ball. Mace ball falls between the feet. Come back in the middle. 360 again. Okay, the other way. And now you should again switch the grip. You should be going lateral lunge onto the other side in the other direction. Okay. Now, here we come to a slightly trickier part where we're going to have to switch our grip. Okay. So we're still going to go into the 360. From here, the bottom hand comes up, but you are going to over grip it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to end up here. I'm going to end up there. So the back of your hand is facing your forehead. Side rotational lunge. This is the tricky part, okay? This is where you kind of need to organize your hands a little bit, and just take some time with this, okay? It's you. Who says that you need to master it in one go, okay? Even if you just practice the squat and the lateral lunge, and then give the rotational lunge a little bit of time. Okay, 360 the other way. Again, the bottom hand, yeah? What's happening here? The bottom hand over grips, slides up. Yeah. Now you set up for the rotational lunge, side rotational lunge. Here. Okay. That is the flow. Okay. If you have any questions, just pop them into the chat box, or if you're watching on Facebook Live, then just ask away, even if you're watching on the replays. Okay. Let's let's go through it one more time, okay? You're probably noticing that it's the side rotational lunge is the trickiest part because you have to organize the hands in a different position that you did on the squat and the lateral lunge, okay? But let's go again, starting from the top. So remember, the 360 is between every single movement, okay? And you need to be going side to side, but that will become obvious if you are correctly switching the grips on the 360, okay? So let's go again. So go into your 360. Bottom hand slides up. Place the mace to the sternum. Squat. Get ready for 360. If you're choking it, yeah, it's the same. Now you're going 360 the other way, okay? And now bottom hand comes up. The mace ball is on the other side. On the other squat, it was that way. Now it's on that way. Yeah? So we're evening it out. Again, 360 in the direction where we began. Bottom hand comes up, slides, lateral lunge, moving away from the mace ball. Back to 360. Get ready for it. Don't rush into it, okay? Be nicely stabilized. Glutes, abs, core. 360. Lateral lunge. Going the other way, moving away from the mace ball. Now we're going to get ready for 360 and the side rotational lunge, okay? So 360. Bottom hand, yeah, I'm going to show you sideways. Over grips, slides up. So you are in this position, moving in front of your body, the mace, transitioning the feet 90 degrees, side rotational lunge. Yeah, open, slide, yeah. Now you're going the other way. 360. Again, bottom hand comes up, over grips, side rotational lunge. And when you come back to the middle, obviously you need to open it again. So then you are ready for the 360. You can't do the 360 this way, okay? So this is it. Now have patience with this. This is not an easy beginner flow, okay? Practice the movements separately, individually. Make sure that you have them down pack, especially the side rotational lunge, okay? This movement, it's not easy, okay? Chances are you have never moved in this direction before, so you can practice the switches, go from side to side, okay? Give it some time. Make sure that there is no tension in your lower back, and then you're not overarching it, okay? It will load your body in in a way that's probably never been loaded before, but it's phenomenal. If you kind of think about this flow, this is a complete workout from head to toe, okay? I know that in the title it says sculpt your legs, but really this will sculpt you from head to toe, because doing the 360 is a whole upper body core movement, and then transitioning into the rotational lunge and holding the mace here, it's loading everything, like all the muscles in my body, not just the legs but also the upper body. And that's what I love about the mace training, that you can just be doing this for 10 minutes and that is your workout. And trust me, when you go at a little bit of a clip, once you really master it, this is probably one of the most kind of cardio heavy flows I know, because as you can see, you can actually move at a bit of a at a bit of a speed, which will then add a cardio-vascular component to your flow and to your workout as well. So it will essentially turn into a little bit of interval training as well. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Again, if you have any questions and you're watching this at a later date, just reach out. I'm happy to help you, and have fun with it. This should be enjoyable and super fun, unique, and it should make you feel completely badass. If you want to learn a little bit more and you want to have a bit more of a comprehensive kind of plan for your mace training, I have a program which is called the Warrior Woman, and that's where you're going to learn so many different movements, different floats, but also safely challenging interval strength training as well. So if you have any questions about that, just flick me a message or find the link to the program on my website. So I hope you enjoyed this. Have fun with it and keep training. Ka kite ana. See you, everyone.